Can't tell you that. I'm not
I was trying to trick.
I
was trying to trick you there. Okay. You had a moment earlier where you met the fans in the Philippines. You had a live, and they were just so excited.
So sweet.
So happy to meet you.
That was such a cool experience. I mean, we were just sitting, and then they turned on the screen, and we saw all of the fans in the Philippines, and they were screaming, and there was one girl called Karen that had a lot of coffee, and she had the best energy I've ever seen.
My goodness, you know, you guys are, Marvel fans are the greatest, and wow, are you ardent Marvel fans, so that's a heady combination. It was great.
I want to know, of all the tours that you've done and the promos, which is the most rewarding experience for you at this point?
That's a good question. I mean, Marvel fans are very passionate, and we've been to a lot of fun and exciting fan events. It's hard to pick because I think they're all as passionate wherever you go all around the world. The best part of making these movies, though, is getting to share these films with the fans. And I'd tell you that, like, any single fan I've been to where we watched the movie with the fans has made everything worth it. And these movies, you know, they take years to make. And, you know, they're a lot of hard work, but that's the joy of making them.
Yeah, to see the excitement in everybody's eyes when the movie is released, and you're like, you know, the years that we've spent doing it, finally everybody gets to see what we've been working so hard on for.
Makes it worth it.
Makes it worth
all
it.
the effort.
Exactly.
Did you have a fangirling moment when you finally met the entire cast?
Yeah, I think I was just consistently fangirling from day one of shooting until we wrapped. I just don't remember it ever sort of letting up. I just constantly looked around and I was like, I can't believe I'm in a movie with this person, and there's that person, and oh my god, it's them. And it's, you know, people that I've grown up watching in movies in Scotland, and suddenly I'm in America, like in the same movie as them, and it was mind-blowing.
Okay, no pressure, but how does it feel? It is the biggest comic film in history. Is it sinking in yet for the both of you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it sunk in when we were on like day 187 of shooting the film. But no, that's the exciting part of it, and I do think that, you know, what makes it the biggest movie, a comic book movie, is the fact that never before has this many characters from this many different successful franchises been put together in one movie. And it's significant, it's huge, and, you know, I think the audience is going to love it.
Who was the one person that you were so excited to meet?
I was excited to meet Robert Downey Jr. Because I grew up watching him, and I think he's just such an incredible actor. And also, I noticed in his movies, he, you know, didn't just serve the role, he made the role serve him. Which is something that, you know, comes from great experience and confidence, and I just was so inspired by that, and I was like, that's what you need to do. You need to make this work for yourself and be in that authoritative position, and that was just amazing to watch in real life.
And what is something that you're going to take home with you, and a moment that you had with Robert Downey that you're never going to forget?
Probably improvising with him.
You were encouraged to do a lot of improv. How is that?
I love it so much. As an actor, I think that that's when some of the best stuff comes out, because you kind of, you know, can deliver things over and over and over again so many times, and it sounds like it becomes a little stale. So to mix it up and try new things and take risks and not be scared to fail when you're doing it is an exciting place for an actor to kind of live in.
Yes, you surprised yourself in a way also.
Yeah, and usually, more often than not, that stuff makes the cut because it's such a brilliant delivery that feels real.
Saw the full script. Did you think that was luck, or that's more of a curse that you knew all of these things, and were they trying to get information from you?
No, I don't think anyone really knew or cared that I'd read it. I was just being a bit diligent. I'm kind of from an old school script-bound literary tradition, and so I wanted to know the whole picture that I was part of, and also because of Strange's role in this, it's kind of integral to understand, as he does bracket the reality of things, what the reality of the whole story was.
So we saw 20 minutes, and it's really humorous, but I'm just wondering, is it to balance off a tragedy in the film? Why is it so funny?
Well, I mean, it's certainly,
really
it's important to balance movies. My brother and I strive for balance in these films. And it's important for you to laugh and be sad and be scared and be happy, and, you know, it's a more complex movie-going experience for you. So, I mean, without question, when Thanos shows up, this film gets a lot more intense. So it's not all fun and games. But when these characters initially meet each other, you know, a lot of humor comes from conflict. and they all have clashing personalities and egos, and who's gonna be the leader of each given group of characters. And but I do think that as the movie progresses, it certainly takes on a much more intensity.
And we have a great opportunity in Infinity War to make a very unique film with all of these characters, with the different tones that they have, and bring it together to create a balance, that the audiences can really see and really, go through a roller coaster of emotions.
I just wanted to know if on scene and off screen it was the same mood for you guys.
Yes, definitely. I mean, yeah, when you put a load of actors together like that, I mean, it's not a really serious atmosphere. It's more like a lot of jokes, and you have to find this sort of absurdity in the situation. Everybody's dressed as a superhero, and we're adults.
Okay, so I know you cannot reveal so much, but Joe mentioned that there will be a fight scene. It might not be the same like the airport scene, but were you around? Maybe not in the scene, but were you around the area, and how was the mood like behind the scenes for that?
I was there. And the mood was, it's so funny because the film, I think, is going to be very tense because, honestly, this is the big finale and nobody's safe. I mean, there's no rule book saying, oh, so-and-so's not really going to go, like, it can happen this time. So I, expected it to be maybe a little more tense. However, it wasn't. It was just jovial and joyous. I think because everybody was just so excited to see each other that it was one of the funniest kind of days, I would say.
There's a lot of secrecy in the film, but do you think that if an audience watches or finds out a spoiler, will it really affect how they watch?
I think that we've done, as much work as you could possibly do to try and protect the plot of this film. Yeah. We distributed fake scripts to the cast and the crew. Very few people other than Trinh, myself, and my brother, and the writers know the plot of this movie, the true plot of this movie. So I do think that it's important for people, if they don't want it spoiled, to go see it as soon as they possibly can, because people are certainly going to be talking about this movie when it's over.
Yeah.
There are very few surprises left in life, and it's only 10 days till the film comes out, and even then I'd beg people who've seen it not to tell everyone else who hasn't what happens, because there's a certain thrill to sitting in the audience, and if you've ever engaged in one or all of these films over 10 years, this is what it's all leading to. So wouldn't you want to sit in the cinema and experience that all totally firsthand? I would. Yeah,
it's so important, I think, on Infinity War, really to preserve all the spoilers as much as possible, because we want everybody to experience it at the same time,
And they got 10 years of their lives invested in these stories.
Invested in these characters that you just don't want. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants the ending ruined? This is the big finale.
Yeah. How hard was it to keep a secret?
It's terrifyingly difficult. I mean, like, they would give us the script pages and everybody was like, don't give them to me, I don't even want the responsibility of this, just tell me what to say. It's terrifying to have those secrets in your mind, and I'm trying to erase them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.